here today, together with some amazing MCTs to bring you a very, very special message. So let's start.
Hi there, I'm Andy Malone. I'm a Microsoft MVP as well as a Microsoft Certified Trainer. You know, every year the Microsoft Certified Professional Program puts thousands of students worldwide through its certification. Whether you're training to be a cloud engineer or a software developer, it's one of the 4 most recognized qualifications in the world. They're delivered by Microsoft Certified Trainers, or MCTs. But who are they? And what do they do? And more importantly, what could you do to become one? So this time on All You Need to Know, I thought I'd get together with some of my MCT colleagues and would answer your questions. So let's take a look. I am Andy Malone. I'm a Microsoft Certified Trainer and I've been training now for 22 years. I specialize in cloud and cybersecurity.
My name's Denise McLaughlin, and I've been an MCT since 2008. I specialise in Office apps such as Excel, PowerPoint, Word and Outlook, and I do a bit of Visio and Publisher.
Greetings from Portugal. My name is André Mancia and I live in the westernmost point of Europe. I've been a developer and a DBA for the last 20 years. In the last 5 years, I've been a Microsoft Certified Trainer focusing on Microsoft's data platform, which includes SQL Server, Power BI, and machine learning, as well as cognitive services, and also Azure.
Bob Wrench, Microsoft Certified Trainer for 25 years. I used to teach a lot of infrastructure, Windows Server, Windows Client, a lot of Exchange, and Skype for Business Link, that kind of thing.
My name is Vicky Watt, and I've been a Microsoft Certified Trainer since 2012. I teach the Microsoft Office suite of products, and I particularly love teaching Microsoft Excel and Project.
Hi, I'm Andrew Bettany. I've been an MCT for over 15 years. I live in the UK, and I specialise in Windows and Azure and the modern desktop.
My name is Tiago Costa. I'm a Microsoft Certified Trainer for almost 15 years, and I'm focused on Microsoft Azure. I travel the world to teach and to do consulting in Azure. I'm what you can call a professional flyer without a flying license.
Hello, my name is Thomas Markussen. I've been an MCT for about 6 or 7 years now. I'm based out of Denmark. I've been working with desktop management for the past 20 years. Today I specialize in Configuration Manager, Intune, and modern desktop management.
I'm Andy Wende and I have been MCT for now nearly 20 years. I'm specialized in Hyper-V, Active Directory, System Center, and especially Windows security in Active Directory, Windows 10, and cybersecurity.
My name is Kamer Ramani. I'm from India. I have been working as a cloud security architect, and I have been MCT for quite a few months only, but I'm specialized mainly into security part of cloud, whether it's Azure Cloud App Security, security to SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure as a services.
The Microsoft Certified Trainer Program has given me 23 years of an amazing career. It's taken me all around the world. I've met thousands of people. I've made friends beyond words.
To be an MCT makes me feel proud. I love being part of the community. It's not easy to stand up in front of a group of people, especially when you feel the "what can she teach me" vibes. You might be surprised how often that happens, but it's wonderful when someone has a light bulb moment.
It is a privilege to be an MCT, but at the same time, it's a very big responsibility. You have to keep up with all of the changing technology so that you are able to deliver training with the most up-to-date information to your students.
I'm a Microsoft Certified Trainer. I deliver professional training to customers around the world. I feel like I've got a standard to uphold so that I don't embarrass myself or my peers. And I'm part of an international community of trainers that have a wide variety of experiences, and I'm grateful that they share a lot of those experiences with me.
MCT means that you have successfully completed your Microsoft certifications and also that you have the required teaching techniques to impart the best possible knowledge you can to your learners. There is definitely a prestige that is carried with the Microsoft brand.
To me, an MCT is someone who gives back to a community, and that for me is a community of learners. And if you have a passion, a knowledge, a skill, and we specialize in Microsoft technologies, and you want to give that skill to other people, then being an MCT is the way to go.
It's a great privilege to belong to the MCT community. We have an amazing group of subject matter experts. We can always find someone in that group that can help us on a topic or just to share small ideas around some certain topics. For me, an MCT, it's not just a certified trainer that goes from class to class to teach someone, but it is a professional I can count on to help me with a problem and help me to get a better professional every single day.
For me, being an MCT is about sharing knowledge, best practices, and experiences. It's about helping learners and peers to become better in their field of expertise, as well as helping learners to evolve personally. I'm proud of being an MCT and I love being a part of the great community.
For me, being an MCT means being a technological leader, teaching my participants perfect knowledge about Microsoft in a relaxed and a good humored atmosphere.
For me, being an MCT is like getting the opportunity to serve the community with more compassion and with more confidence. I have always been trainer for like all my life, but being an MCT has given me extra edge, like to be into the group of professionals who are very compassionate in helping and making the world better.
I think Denise put it perfectly earlier when she said students get that light bulb moment when they suddenly understand something. As an MCT, as a trainer, that makes my life so much worth it. And when you're in a classroom with a passionate bunch of people who really want to be there, who really want to learn, then that is worth its weight in gold.
Being an MCT made a huge difference to my life, not to mention my husband Rolf, who I met at the first ever summit I attended in York in 2010. But you can ask Rolf if that's a good thing or not.
5 years ago, I never expected that becoming a Microsoft certified trainer would change my life so much. Since then, I've traveled all over the world to deliver training and to speak at over 250 conferences and events. I've learned a lot from all of the people that I met along the way, and hopefully I was able to also teach them something that could help them in their everyday lives.
I have had people tell me that I've changed their life, whether it was in the early days when we all had to take classes from other trainers to become an MCT in the first place, or guys that were changing careers and just getting started. I've had guys that told me that what we were doing was really going to change their life because they needed a change. Whether it was guys working in construction that, for physical reasons, metal rods in their body, they were broken men, and they needed to make a change. So that's reassured me that I'm on the right path.
When I tell people that I'm an MCT, there is definitely a different level of respect. When I'm teaching a class, the people in the class know that I'm authorized and approved by Microsoft. So definitely, I carry more authority, I garner more respect, and I would definitely recommend this kind of international recognition.
I think since becoming an MCT in 2005, I've certainly impacted many, many people's lives, and that includes my fellow MCTs, who many of them are my friends, but also the hundreds and thousands of people who have actually been in the classroom, or have watched one of my training videos, or have watched, a webinar, or read one of my books, so we help many, many people, and, I probably certified or helped certify, 4,000 or 5,000 people, and that gives me a lot of pleasure that I've helped other people on their career journey, and it's just an awesome career in that respect.
I became an MCT by chance. I used to work for a consulting company, and in one of the projects, the ad of my area just asked me, can you give a short presentation to our customer staff, just to tell what are the main features of the application that we just developed. And I said, okay. I was young, I was naive, I just said really okay right on the spot. I got then super nervous, stressed about it, but after I started to present, it just clicked, okay? And I loved every moment of it. After that, I just started to research, and I had a colleague that he was already an MCT, so he explained me the program, helped me with the process. Hey, moving on a couple of months as I entered in this amazing journey that what it is to be an MCT.
Becoming an MCT made a huge difference in my day-to-day job. I love to share learning experiences and help shape things. And training as an MCT, it gives me a unique way to connect with peers and engage and hopefully give a positive.
Being an MCT has changed my wife's life and my life forever. Since I always do what I love, namely teaching, I don't actually work in the true sense of the word. This has an impact on my whole life and my living together with others. My wife is now working in my company for 2.5 days a week and is extremely happy with that. To love what you are doing is a key aspect of my work and, truly spoken, of my life.
So certainly becoming an MCT is like a mutual benefit. For me, I have been training for years and years. I have trained thousands of college grads and professionals reaching high into their career, getting better job every day. In return, I have also been benefited and being rewarded with the confidence, with respect in community, and that has given me so much confidence. I have also started writing more blogs, helping community more day by day, being an MCT.
At the beginning of this video, I dedicated it to a guy called Chris Rhodes, who was a great friend of ours. He was a trainer from Yorkshire in the UK, and 2 years ago we both got cancer at the same time, and unfortunately Chris never made it. And I remember standing at his funeral with his family and many other Microsoft certified trainers there, and it was amazing how much love and respect was there. And I think for me, that in all my years as a Microsoft trainer was one of the most inspiring moments.
My most inspiring moment was probably being part of a team of fantastic SMEs that wrote 7 courses for Moss in 2019. Developing the Munson's Pickles and Preserves farm scenarios across all of the courses was great fun, so much so that when I retire, I'd like to volunteer at a farm or something like a donkey sanctuary so I can give something back to my local community.
It's very difficult to single out the most inspiring moments. It is our jobs as MCTs to share our knowledge and to help students achieve their potential. I'm very proud to say that many of the students I had actually became excellent professionals, and they share their knowledge in conferences all over the world so that others can benefit from that knowledge.
I got to go back to the guy that I was helping to get certified, just getting started out, and he needed something to change his life, to save his life. And like I said, that had me going on that same path.
The most inspiring moment I've ever had as an MCT was when I had a repeat student who previously had come to me for Windows training, and at that point in time she was a cleaner and she was being promoted to receptionist. The next time I saw her, she was being promoted as an administrator and she was with me for Excel training. Within the 6 months from the first time I met her, her life changed. It was an amazing, amazing feeling, and I was so privileged to be part of it.
I think the most inspiring moment that I had as an MCT is every time somebody says thank you, or someone tells me that they've progressed, or they've got that career promotion, or they've got the exam that they were looking for. I get many emails every week, certainly on my LinkedIn page, to say thank you, or I saw this video, or can you ask this question about this passage in the book, or can you clarify something? And then when I answer that question, or I answer the query, I get a lot of satisfaction from helping others, and that's probably why I'm an MCT.
But the most inspiring moment was when I got hired to train a group of consultants in a company. First day of my class, the ad of that group of new professionals enters in the room, and for my surprise, it was one of my former students. He tells his story to the class, and I used to be one of my students, and my classes have basically changed his career. And me listening to that, I just have to confess that I got speechless for that. And for the ones that know me, you know how hard that can be. Okay, so as an MCT, you really have the power to change people's life. That is the big, big reason why I always give 110% in each one of my classes.
Well, I always attend the MCT day leading up to a conference like Ignite or something like that, and I find it very inspiring to meet and connect with other Microsoft certified trainers. It's everyone has different backgrounds, stories, or way of engaging peers, and everything has a unique touch to it. There's not two trainers that does things the exact same way, and I always find that very inspiring.
Years ago, I received an email from Bill Chapman, and he was looking for speakers for an MCT summit in Prague. I just came home from a long night and was really not sober anymore, and I never write emails when I have had a drink. This time I answered and was even taken. It followed by 3 hard months of preparation. It was an amazing experience in Prague, and there I met Paula Januszkiewicz and Andy Malone with many others. Paula has been my trainer now for over 5 years, and again this has changed my life completely, and I can't save myself from assignments, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
So there's no specific moment, but if I talk about the inspiring one, I feel really proud and really inspired when someone comes to me on LinkedIn saying thank you because I helped them getting pass the Microsoft certification. Eventually, that has helped them getting better job, and when they get that, or sometime I have helped them getting through the interview, like helping them into particular way of passing or answering the way of some of the questions to the interview, that has helped them achieving high and high. And when they come back on LinkedIn or by any community and thank me, I really feel proud and feel inspired.
Funny stories. Oh, there's many. There's many. I've had students fighting in class. I've seen crazy things. I've seen the mouse on the screen, and many of my trainer colleagues will remember that. Mary. I can't not talk about Mary. And that's not a real name, by the way. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. At the beginning of a class, normally a trainer goes through each student and says, "Hi, who are you? What do you do? How much experience have you had?" And it's like, "My name's Bob. I work for Dell. I work on PCs," and so on. And we went around the room like this, and then we came to Mary. She said, "Hi, my name's Mary. I work for XYZ." I went, "Okay. And what do you do?" "I'm an administrator." "Okay, fair enough. And what kind of system do you work with?" And she says, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, what kind of computer is it?" And she says, "A big blue one."
Funniest moment as an MCT was probably when a group of us dressed up as Smurfs in Thessaloniki and paraded into one of the sessions and surprised Papa Smurf. Mark Michaud needs the white hair and the blue face, but he really fits the part. Since that event in 2017, we try to keep in touch with fellow Smurfs wherever possible. We even had a few Smurfs at our wedding in Portugal.
Since March, I've been delivering most of my trainings from home, and my cat is always a very good companion. She has a very nice characteristic. Every time I try to demo something in Azure, she just says hello.
There was also the time that I found myself at a training center that did not have a presentation area, did not have a whiteboard on the wall. And a common friend, Carla, might be able to, she was there at the training center that week back in 99, 2000. And so I grabbed my dry erase markers and I started writing on the windows. And apparently I got the attention of the landlord because I had a whiteboard in that room the next day.
Funniest moments as an MCT, wow. Over the years, there have been so many. So what I'll tell you is about last week when I was training a group of people, I always ask questions and I try to encourage the students to think for themselves. And one lady, every time I asked a question, she would go, cut and paste. And it became a standing joke in the class, how do you do something? And everybody would pipe up, cut and paste. It was quite funny. You had to be there.
I think one of the funniest moments that I had as an MCT was very early in my MCT career. And it was when I first went to TechEd in Orlando in the USA, which is a big thing because I'm from a little place called York in the UK, and we don't go to America. And this is my first ever trip to the USA. And it was a full week-long conference, and this was the TechEd before it became Ignite. And we went out at night, and we had some wild parties, completely clean and all above board. But one of the parties that we had was in a pub it was a piano bar called Howl at the Moon. And I remember one evening where things got crazy, and it involved lots of chairs on the stage with ice buckets, and we were dancing. It was just a crazy night, and that was probably the most funniest thing I've ever been involved with. And then probably we like to dress up on stage, but no, I'll leave it there.
Well, in almost 15 years as an MCT, I have quite a few of funny stories I have to confess. From students that are just fist fighting in the class, from students asking me if I had access to the kernel of Windows, and when I said, well, I don't, they were like, oh really? They were surprised about it. But the best one is I was teaching an Azure boot camp, so it's like 12, 13 hours a day, and then in the end, the students take the exam right in the end of the class. One of my students took the exam, and in the end, we get the screen with a score. You have passed, you have failed. But he didn't got that one. So, and it was like super nervous. He came to the reception. The reception printed the score report. And then he had a passing score. My God, he just started to laugh in such an uncontrolled way. He was so excited that everyone in the reception just uncontrolled, everyone starts to laugh too. It was really a great moment, this one.
The funniest moment? Well, there's always room for fun in the classrooms. I specifically remember an episode quite a few years ago, probably an MCT day. It involved a lot of bar hopping, cocktails, meeting a lot of new people, as it always does. It led to the kidnapping of Murphy the Penguin. It was quite a fun episode.
Years ago, I taught group policies. When I came to the topic of customized group policies, I noticed how one participant became extremely restless. He said, "All that shit doesn't work anyway. I've been tinkering with it for half a year." And I said, "This will work very well." I then showed everything and was almost finished when he stopped me again and said very loudly, "We will see, all this crap doesn't work." I then said, and at the top of the advanced settings, check the box, enable unknown policies. And now the policies are no longer grey and they will work. The participant turned chalk white, jumped up and said, "Asshole," sorry, but he really said "asshole," and left the room. Minutes later he came back and apologized several times. He was working with that since a half a year and did everything completely right, but doesn't know how to set this single tick.
I don't know if it's the funniest moment as an MCT or what. Like a couple of months ago in the pandemic, I have been training virtually. We all have been training virtually. So we were on into the training in between, like few of the trainee have joined from like different location. And we were into our discussion. I realized that one of the trainee is being casually sit and not being very enjoying. In between what he was doing, that he started whistling, and when he whistled, what happened that his dog jumped in front of him, like from far to the chair, and it was so intense and hard that he fell down from the chair, and everyone us like were watching from the chair, and it was very funny. I don't know, did you find that funny? Okay.
It's my video, so I've got one more funny one to tell you. I was teaching Sharepoint a number of years ago, and I was standing at the front of the class, and the computers were facing me. So you can imagine I have rows of students in front, and I can't see what's on their screens. And every now and then I'll go, "Is everybody okay? Is everybody fine?" Yeah, everybody's fine. Everybody's great. And this went on all day. I said, "Does anybody need any help? Does anybody need any assistance? Is everything okay?" And this all goes on great. And then at 2:00 in the afternoon, this guy stands up, throws his hands in the air and says, "This is shit." Sorry, excuse me. He says, "This is terrible." He says, "I want my money back. This sucks." And I went, "Oh, I'm sorry. What's happened? What's wrong?" He says, "I can't log in." He didn't even switch the computer on. And all along I'd been asking, "Is everything okay?" And he'd been nodding, yes. You just can't win them. The Microsoft Certified Professional Program allows individuals to certify on Microsoft technologies. So whether you're a developer, whether you're an IT pro, whether you're an end user specialist, it shows the world, it shows employers that you really know your stuff. As a Microsoft trainer, it's my job and the job of many of my other colleagues to impart our knowledge to you. It's an amazing gift that we've been given, and the fact that we can make a difference in somebody's life is truly amazing. And this is the primary reason why I became a Microsoft trainer. So I can't recommend it highly enough.
My best advice to becoming an MCT would be to just go for it. Decide what you're going to specialise in and be the best you can. Attend as many events as possible and embrace the community. These days, a lot of the events are online and they're free, so just do it. You never know what the future might bring. And I'll say it again, I love being an MCT and part of the community. Bye!
If you are fluent in Microsoft technologies and if you like to share your knowledge with others, you can become a Microsoft certified trainer. This is not an easy task, however. You will need to have regular certification exams to prove that you can continue to be a Microsoft certified trainer. You will also need to know all of the most current Microsoft technologies in the area of your choosing. You can always get help from me or any other Microsoft certified trainer, and they will definitely help you in the path to becoming a trainer yourself.
Try and stay ahead of the curve, especially for those of you that don't have full-time jobs with training centers. The thing that will always help is when those new things come up, dive into them. Dive into them deep. Learn email systems. Learn. That was it for me. I learned Exchange. I was one of the first Exchange instructors. I was one of the first people teaching the NT 350, 351 Expert Series, which translated into the NT 4.0 Enterprise course that opened a lot of doors for me. Learning Azure, that's where it's going now. And when new things come out, there's going to be a new need for people to teach those skills as they come out. Bob Wrench, Microsoft certified trainer, 25 years, based in Lawrence, Kansas, now a full-time Microsoft employee. I wish you all the best of luck.
What advice would I give someone who wanted to be an MCT? Know your stuff before you go and do your exams. Believe in what you're doing. Your attitude is conveyed to the students, and one of the biggest compliments I was ever given by a facilitator who was in my course was how inspiring I was to her. So believe in what you're doing. You're doing it to uplift people. That's what I would say.
I think if somebody wanted to become an MCT, the advice I would give them is do it, 100%. It's certainly been the best career move I've ever made. So in my professional career, becoming an MCT has certainly been the highlight. It's helped me be more confident, everyone goes through an imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. And by teaching what you know and stay in the journey and stay in the course helps you overcome any of your initial fears or initial concerns that you cannot do something. Someone said to me, once you know something fairly well, start teaching other people that skill. And then you'll learn deeper and deeper and deeper. And that certainly worked for me. Becoming an MCT 15 years ago was the biggest thing for me. I've traveled the world. I've met hundreds and hundreds of MCTs. I've trained thousands of people. It's opened the doors for me joining Microsoft, for becoming a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. It's helped me write a dozen books and achieved financial freedom. So it's a fantastic opportunity. And if you've got it inside you to become a trainer that you want to help other people, do it, 100%. Thank you.
I will say, do it. We are an awesome community where you will feel welcome, whatever is your gender, your religion, or your nationality. You will grow as a professional, and you always be working on the edge of innovation, learning new features, new services, and new products to use so that you can show this in your classes. It is going to be a life-changing moment. It has been for me.
My best advice to becoming a Microsoft certified trainer: choose your area of speciality and be all that you can be. It's a great community. It's a great way of connecting with new peers.
Try to become one of the best in your subject. If you are not, learn from the best. Then, if you are good, be humble towards your participants, because they feed you. If you are a happy MCT, a lot of others will happy too. Trust me.
MCT is the great thing or a great community to be part with. I have been I feel very privileged to be part of this community. I will tell them to go ahead and be part of MCT group. I will help them achieving how they can, how I have been awarded with the MCT, and I will definitely help them being an MCT. In fact, I have started helping my fellow trainers who have been, training, and who I find having the zeal and the compassion for teaching and training. I have started recommending and helping them becoming MCT into their journey. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. And thank you to all my MCT friends today for participating in this video. I just hope that it's given you a sample and an idea of what's involved and the kind of experiences that we have as a Microsoft trainer. Slightly different episode than usual, but I hope that you'll join me next time. If you've enjoyed this episode of All You Need to Know, then go ahead. As usual, go ahead, click on that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time. I really appreciate you joining us. You take care now. All the best.